what am I supposed to say? Right, well, I've got quite a few skateboards now in my collection, so I thought I'd show them off. Because they're all on the wall. They've been in storage for the past few years, so might as well start here. Got my mystery skateboards. My favourite skater used to be Lindsay Robertson, just because he wore glasses. So I've got two glasses themed skateboards. And of course I've got my custom one-of-one foot mounting skull in the middle there. And I'll show you my cameraman, he's got his hoodie on right now. Right, what else have we got here? I forget the name of this guy. It's like Fano or something, but I think he's from Argentina, and that's a Madrid cruiser. I believe that's screened in Huntington Beach. I quite like yellow boards, as you can see. I've got the classic anti-hero pigeon there. I've got quite a few anti-heroes. I've got the Brian Anderson Peacock. And then this is my newest board, my Tony Hawk Power Pro to reissue. I don't normally buy into these, you know, they've done like 16 seasons now, I think. But I do like a black and gold board, that's my sort of favourite combo, so gotta get a Tony Hawk board, you know. And then one of my favourites is this anti-hero Gnar Hunters Pigeon of the Sea board, Alyssa Steamer's brand, and it came without any plastic on because it's kind of like making a point, ain't it? And what else have we got then? Skate wise, I've got some bits in my toilet here. It's got this Tony Hawk signed picture that I just bought from him on the internet. Got my DC video poster signed by Danny Way. I got that signed in person at ET Surf and Skate in Hermosa Beach. And then Jamie Thomas, Leap of Faith. Every time I'm taking a piss, I just think, look at that. I actually met Tony Hawk at the McGill skate shop opening a couple of years ago. And everyone had their boards to be signed. But I thought, the whole reason I started skating, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, so I thought, sign that, would you? And he did. What else have I got here? The first ever skate video I watched and owned, of course, Dying to Live. Absolute classic. Which is why I've got 4 copies really, because I've got 2 of the DVD and 1 of the anthology. Met Ed Templeton at one of his signings in Long Beach, and he drew me a little picture there of that orange man. These are from signings. I went to the Girl 30-year anniversary thing, and I met Mark Appleyard. I think it was a Mob grip tape signing. Danny Wade on the DC video. I've got, this is a good one actually. Stacey Peralta and Craig Stesick signed my Dogtown and Z-Boys documentary. Stacey Peralta was at the same thing as the Tony Hawk, and then Craig Stesick was at some Dogtown thing in the South Bay. And then the best for last, Day One song, my favourite skater, favourite video part of all time. He was at a thank you signing in Long Beach. Oh, and I've got Lance Mountain signed. I didn't really have anything with him in except Extremely Sorry, but let me sign that now. So that's everything upstairs, and then I've just got a few more down in the basement. So now, right, we're in the basement now. I've got a few boards to go through, so I'll try and keep it quick. Mike Carroll, Pac-Man, quite a recent one, signed, just like the graphic. Blueprint, Danny Brady. For some reason, there's a guy on eBay in America who's selling old Blueprint boards for like $30. I don't know why he's got them. But Danny Brady, one of my favourite UK skaters, so let's get one of them. Speaking of UK skaters, Tom Knox, first ever pro board on Crooked. Blast Skates logo, I think it's just a nice looking board. And then these reel boards, I've got quite a few reels in my collection. I quite like boards to go in 3s, so I'm waiting for a 3rd style where it's got the orange stain with a graphic on top, but for now they're just down here. And then the Santa Cruz Magikarp. I actually managed to get 2 of these. I went to ET Surf and Skate again just to get 1, and they said it was a minimum of 2 and everyone was buying 2, so I thought, I'll just have 2. And I got a Mew and a Charmander. I just sold the Mew, and then I met a guy in the car park the next day and traded a Charmander for a Magikarp, just like in the game. Because I think Magikarp is just the shittest Pokemon, so it's just funny, ain't it? Then I've got some classic graphics. Enjoy Panda. I had to get that to remember the demise of Enjoy. Toy Machine, classic graphic, just quite like the black stain. And then I got a couple of zeros. I think this is the first one that I got when I started collecting in about 2018, 2019. Signed by Jamie Thomas. It's the Vans exclusive sample. And then of course I've got the UK graphic and the US graphic, as I've lived in both countries. I've got a bit more to show you, so we'll go through it. Got my Tony Hawk Grimple House. I've got 3 Tony Hawk boards actually, and none of them are Birdhouse. Speaking of Tony Hawk, this is my Lance Mountain signed by Tony Hawk. I bought it off Lance Mountain in person at that Dogtown event I mentioned earlier, and he's actually signed top graphic. I don't quite understand that. Number 2 of 57 of 228. I don't know how many of these there are, but this is my most expensive board I've bought. I think it was about $450. I should start with the Casino boards. So Casino was the skate shop in Leicester where we all grew up, and we all would meet on a weekend uptown. We've all had about 30 of these boards growing up, but no one ever thinks to keep them. And they're probably the rarest boards I own, because only people in Leicester are ever going to have them saved. So this was my mate Kurt. He stopped skating for about 10, 15 years and wanted to start again. And he pulled his board out of the shed. I was like, I don't skate that, mate. So I bought him a new board and took that off him. And then this one, my mate Jack found at the car boot sale in Quorn. That's the Key. Famous skate spot in Leicester. And this blue one was just a random one I found on eBay. A guy was selling it. I don't know who it is. But I am looking for this board in red.
In red.
Because that's the ones that we skated growing up.
And the Inferno bot.
And the Inferno bot. If you've got an Inferno bot Casino board, name your price, because I need that.
Gems.
I need them gems.
Straight up jewels.
And then I've got my Motorhead Jeff Rowley Freedome board. No one really liked Freedome as a brand, but Jeff Rowley as a skater, and of course Motorhead. I've got my signed drum skin. Big Motorhead fan. So that ties in nicely. This one is, or was, my holy grail of collecting. This is the one that I wanted the most. Dying to Live from 2002 graphic board. I searched a couple of years for that, and there's a guy called Randy, who's on the Zero Collector group on Facebook, kindly sold me this. So that is probably my favourite board I've got. First video I ever saw. Octopus, classic Jamie Thomas graphic, that's just a reissue. And then Toy Machine, like I said, I like them yellow boards. This is just my next rider. I don't know why that's on the wall, just that space. And then, of course, everyone's got the cathedrals. It started out with the Chima, which is the one that really kick-started people collecting these boards. I'm kind of over it now. You see it all the time on the Facebook groups. And they are the best looking boards. Like, it's got the raised ink. But everyone always goes on about the cathedrals, and I don't know. I was going to fill the whole wall up with cathedrals, but I'm kind of over it. Might just sell them. I'd always keep the Chima though, the Penguin, that's still good. Then I got a signed Day One Song Almost board. Of course, my favourite skateboarder. I really wanted a signed Day One board. And this was a bargain. It was like 40 quid on eBay. I don't know why no one else bought it. I've got my Santa Cruz, the best graphic in all of skateboarding, the Screaming Hand. Me and my wife actually had harms on this. I managed to rope her into the collecting bug. And then just a couple more. Ooh! Santa Cruz Screaming Hands. And then my Thrasher collab. And then this picture is actually signed by Jim Phillips. Very rare. I did buy this off a collector's group on Facebook, but unfortunately it didn't. Had a glass panel, obviously, but didn't make the journey from, I think it was Belgium or somewhere. But I kind of like how it looks, a bit tattered. Oh, I've actually got 4 more around here. So I guess these are the ones that I'm not overly into. I've got my Blueprint Paul Shire. Paul Shire? How do you say it?
Shire.
Shire, is it? Another Dying to Livery issue. Got this nice opera board that I thought was funky. And then this one's, I should put this somewhere better. This is a reissue of the original graphic and it's signed by Todd Francis on the top side. There you are. I don't really like the colour, so that's just down here. That's most of the collection, and then I've just got my riders from when I lived in the US. This is almost all of them. I'm missing 2, I think. But these are the boards that I filmed my video parts on when I was out there. As you can see, it's usually going to be some sort of deluxe brand. This is probably my favourite board ever. The Ishod Twin Tail Slick 8.3. Love that board. So that's about it. That's everything. I've got about, I think it's about 50 boards. So I'm probably going to call it with the collecting because I'm kind of running out of space and it's expensive as well. But I'm always on the lookout. And if you liked anything, everything's got a price, so just let me know. Alright. See ya.